It took me way too long to get started today. It's okay. Things happen. Life happens. Today, I want to talk about existing online and having an online presence, and also so the last time that I posted was like 2 weeks ago, and I set a personal goal to post twice a week for the next year. So I fell off with that a little bit. So I wanted to kind of remind myself what's happening here. First, existing online. I have this theory, which is not very profound, but it's just the fact that everything, at some point in time, I think that everybody is gonna exist online or have to develop an online presence. I mean, in a way, most people already do, but in terms of making a living and having a source of income, I think that your online presence is going to become a significant part of your income. So many people are doing it already. There's so many digital nomads, public figures. Most of what we do happens online, in terms of online shopping, experiencing community, entertainment. So I think there may be, at some point in time, a moment when the average person will need to exist online in order to make some sort of income. I don't really know how to say it in other way than that, but I think that everybody's gonna have an online business of some sort, or online service that you provide. Because it just feels like technology is kind of the main way that we experience life right now. Technology is a huge part of it. So I could envision that one day we will all exist online in some sort of way, whether it's having a YouTube channel, having an online business, whatever service you provide, or whatever product you produced, or whatever business or company you are part of, all of it being online in addition to whatever it is you do in the real world. So, and I mean, even it feels like a lot of people, it's becoming a lot more common. It's that you create an online presence. It's becoming a lot more common, and that it's less rare. I don't know, it just feels like a lot of people who I follow, people who I know on Instagram, are beginning to create a platform for themselves to provide entertainment, share hobbies. They're using it more strategically, and it's more like people who I know, who I've had conversations with, who I've worked with, who I've gone to school with, are showing up online and strategically, like using it as a platform, using it as a tool for marketing, as opposed to everybody that I follow is just, some far off influencer or public figure. Seems like a lot more people are establishing themselves online. So that's just something that I've been thinking about for some time now, maybe a year or two, just realizing the shift of like how technology impacts everything. So secondly, as it relates to my online presence, my little room on YouTube, I've done a couple videos talking about why I'm here, my goals and all that. But The last video I posted was 2 weeks ago, like I said, and I stopped posting because I didn't have enough space on my phone, and I was procrastinating, like clearing up the space or buying more space. I just kind of procrastinated. I was just like, oh, I can't record. So figured that out, fixed that, and the second reason was this thought that came to mind, which was like, couldn't you be doing something more important or more valuable to society? And it felt like an insult. It felt like I was bullying myself, the way that the tone was directed at me. And I was just like, excuse me, like what? And right before hitting record, I took a moment to think, and I'm like, number one, yes, there is probably something more important. There is definitely something more valuable I could be doing for society. But two, I would say I already am, you know. So it was just like being challenged with the idea, like, why are you doing this? This isn't that important. Like, who do you think you are? Type. And I was just like, okay, well, all right. But secondly, if I'm not already doing something that I find to be valuable to society, some valiant work or some noble work, if I'm not already doing that now, then why does that mean I should, you know, redirect my focus, redirect my attention? If I'm already not doing it, why is that now something that comes up, you know? Because it just provides resistance, and who knows what I could discover as a result of starting this YouTube channel. Who knows what will come from it, you know? I have this goal set, posting twice a week for a year, most importantly for myself, to, you know, just set a goal and like meet that goal. But who knows what else will come from it. And like I've said, I've spoken in other videos of some of the things that will come from it. Just learning. It's a learning experience, an opportunity to grow, you know. And lastly, in response to, isn't there something more important I could be doing, is just the idea that I have to start somewhere. I've got to start somewhere with something and build upon that. In everything that I do, I know that there's an opportunity to learn a skill, and that skill can be transferred to another situation, another opportunity. So I've got to start with something, even if it's small, you know. Small personal goal builds intrinsic motivation to do something else and more. And also, why is there this like intimidating voice coming at me, challenging me to do something so grand and world shaking? Like, it's a nice thought, nice idea to do something that impacts the world in a positive, in a big way. But I think it's just like lifting weights. You have to work your way up to that. You don't just start there. So, well, at least, you know, maybe not in every circumstance. There are moments where it just takes one small thing, but even that one small thing is connected to other experiences or other stories, you know. So that's resistance, kind of challenging my individuality, my self-confidence, and my determination to prove something to myself. You know, it's almost like I'm in a battle, or like a tug of war with myself, which is interesting because then you're always at competition with yourself. Then I'm always at competition with myself. Healthy competition, I think. Self-awareness, it builds self-awareness, and it can be like a challenge, you know, like a challenge in a good way that makes you want to like rise to the occasion. So those are my thoughts about existing online, where it's headed, where I'm headed, and my experience of this process with YouTube. Just a little update of my experience and my process with YouTube. And that's all I wanted to share for today. Okay, bye.